Nnamdi Kanu, stop begging Buhari. Ohaneaze slams appeal court over latest action. Hello everyone, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time of day we may be reaching you. Thank you for joining us once again. If you're joining us for the very first time, please do well to like, share and subscribe to our post. To all of our existing viewers, thank you very much for your support. Please do well to give us a thumbs up on our posts as they come your way. We promise to keep bringing you authentic and verified news reports around the country. Thank you very much and God bless you. Today's report, we're bringing you this one that says, Nnamdi Kanu, you are destroying judiciary over selfishness. The Uriwa slams appeal court. This report is about Nnamdi Kanu. We know that an appeal court actually gave a judgment on Nnamdi Kanu, and where he was actually acquitted and discharged and asked to be released. But we know that the Attorney General of the Federation, alongside the National Security Council, has said that Nnamdi Kanu will not be released, that he was only acquitted based on the issue of rendition, but there were other treason charges that he was going to be arraigned for, that the other charges before he jumped bail, there were those issues that were still on ground and he needed to be arraigned for. We know that the Ohaneaze has actually also been pleading with the presidency to release him, and following the appeal court ruling, and we know that the last week the presidency actually took the issue to the Supreme Court and is asking the Supreme Court to actually override the appeal court's judgment, so it will not be followed. This one is from the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, and they are slamming the appeal court and saying that they are destroying judiciary over selfishness. Let's get into the details and let's see. It says the Human Rights Writers Association of Nigeria, HORIWA, has told the hierarchy of the judiciary that they are destroying the judicial arm of government for their selfish reasons by letting the federal government impugn the integrity of the court system. Huriwa said this while blasting the Supreme Court and the Court of Appeal for even admitting the appeal that was filed by the President Muhammadu Buhari and what it describes as the disrespectful application for stay of execution against a clearly binding verdict of the Court of Appeal freeing Nnamdi Kanu, saying it was a clear breach of Section 6 of the Nigerian Constitution. The group expressed disappointment that rather than mount pressure on Buhari to honor his constitutional oath of office and obey a binding judgment of a competent court of jurisdiction, the Apex Igbo Cultural Group, Ohaneaze, is going cap in hand to Aso Rock Villa to beg for political solution, as if the courts are no longer relevant. Uriwa further carpeted that the hierarchy of the appellate court, accusing it of becoming political by sending on transfer from Abuja the justices that courageously determined the appeal by Nnamdi Kanu and quashed all charges initiated illegally by Abubakar Malami, Buhari's Attorney General. We expected all right-thinking Nigerians to initiate international and local advocacy campaigns for the sake of the image of Nigeria and the health and well-being of the judicial arm of government to get President Buhari to obey the appeal court and free Nnamdi Kanu before appealing at the Supreme Court. Some politicians and the Igbo socio-cultural respected global body, the Ohaneaze Indigbo, is begging Buhari to release Nnamdi Kanu, who is already suffering from suspected terminal health challenges, allegedly contracted whilst in detention. The group said in a statement signed by Comrade Emmanuel Onwumbiko, its national coordinator. Huriwa said its intervention on the matter is on the side of justice and constitutionalism and not about the ethnicity of the detained leader of Kanu. The Southeast caucuses in both chambers of the National Assembly last week appealed to the government to release the IPOB leader. Igbo leader Chief Eze-Ife also expressed optimism that Kanu would soon be a free man. On a very sad note, the Huruwa recalled that the 3 justices that sat on the Court of Appeal panel that quashed the 15-count terrorism charge the federal government preferred against Kanu have been transferred from their various divisions. Investigation by the media revealed that the 3 appellate court justices were transferred 4 days after they delivered the judgment that discharged the embattled IPOB leader, whereas the presiding justice Jumai Hanatu Sanki, who was hitherto in the Gombe division of the court, has been moved to the Oka division. Justice Oludotun Adetope Okoje, who delivered the lead judgment, was transferred to Owerri, while the 3rd member of the panel, Justice Ebiowe Tobi, was moved to Gombe. A memo dated October 17th, which was signed by the President of the Court of Appeal, the Justice Monica Dongban Mensem, stressed that the new posting for the justices was with immediate effect, as they were expected to report to their new stations by October 21st. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court will today, Monday, hear the appeal the federal government filed to set aside the judgment that freed Kanu. Uriwa therefore reminding the President of the Court of Appeal, who has now decided to be a politician by witch-hunting justices of her court for deciding a matter by Nnamdi Kanu purely on point of law and not point of Arewa sentiment, just as Uriwa said, history does not forget any act of treachery, whatever and whenever it happens. Well, we see that is the details of this report. The Huriwa is actually slamming the appeal and the Supreme Court for wanting to allow the government to make political a judgment that has already been released. Now we know that Nnamdi Kanu was actually discharged and acquitted of all 15-count charges that was laid on him by the federal government. But now the federal government is insisting not to actually follow the ruling of the court, and they've said they would not free Nnamdi Kanu. Well, let's hope and see that the law will actually take its course, and that Nnamdi Kanu will actually be released soon. Well, that is it on the details of today's report. Until we come your way next time, please do well to keep liking, share and subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much. Bye bye.